No.
No, this is not on mute. No.
Yeah.
Are you on?
Okay, good morning. It's a bit early, a bit late. And hi, Elma, Andrea, Delia, Philip. Okay. How's it, Elma? Audrey. Okay, good morning all, and hi Lee, Steve, Catherine, a lot of people on here. Yeah, okay, sweet. All right, I hope you had a good Saturday evening, and we did have a good evening. And it's very sad that we now have to finish the weekend away, but that's okay. That's the way it rolls. I just maybe want to, this morning, because the slanderous overnight things, I tell you, when I woke up this morning and I showed the doc, and the doc looked at it, she said, like, how do you take it every day, Anthony? 30 off the... Well, her words were, how do you take it every day after the people that you were so good to and spent so much money on, now that they moved to another camp? You know how I take it? Let me explain it to you. Good morning, my friends. People can say and mutter utterances what they like. The so-called drug addicts who travel with me, like Angus and Michael, are paid by me. They're not in the recovery program. Graham was not in the recovery program. He got paid a salary from me, actually a huge salary. Then you take people with you around the country, but they won't look at the good parts. And I received the video today. What a joke. And although it does, you know, I'm going to ignore it with the contempt it deserves, because I am very well known in South Africa as being a very uplifting person and a very helping person for colored people. I don't sit behind computers and make a fool of myself. So in life, people will try and break you down. And the reason people try and break you down is very twofold here. When I offered of the Koos Weideman for that murder case, the only reason I offered, people are saying I'm now bankrupt. The only reason I offered that was because of the disturbing message I saw on Facebook. And being an ex-murder and robbery squad detective and knowing Christian Botha, who is the best detective that South Africa, private detective, and I mean this with all my heart, the best private investigator South Africa has ever seen. I know other names have been mentioned last night, but let me tell you from a man who knows how to investigate a murder case from A to Z. So the doc says she doesn't know how, you're quite right, Chantal, how I do it. Every day I get a video, 20 videos, and I got this one running me down after you've taken them around the country, spent money on them, and then asking me, because they haven't paid their maintenance. I'm a very straight person. They haven't paid their maintenance. Will the doctor give them a medical aid script on my WhatsApps? And my doctor turned around and said she will never do that to compromise her medical ethics. Never. You come ask the doctor for a medical aid script or for a script to stay off work, she won't give it to you. You can pay her 10,000 rand. So the comments this morning are so ungodly, but it's okay because I'm a king's kid. They killed Jesus Christ, remember? So they try to get to the doctor. They send me WhatsApp scripts. Or WhatsApp, not scripts. WhatsApps and says, Anthony, my bra, thanks for the trip, etc., etc. I can't pay my maintenance. Do you think the doctor can give me a sick note? I say to him, are you fucking insane, bro? You know what I'm talking about. And then you go on Facebook last night on that rogue from Port Elizabeth and run me down. Why didn't you tell them about the money I gave you, sir? Why didn't you tell them about the 275 rand airtime I gave you because you had nothing? I will not divulge your secrets that you told me because I'm not a pig. I'm not a failgat, and I never have been. So you can threaten to come to my farm. Anyone can. I tell you, I am the most spoken about person in South Africa. My doc says she's living in a sick country. She's an educated woman. She doesn't know the internal side of politics. But this isn't politics. This is pure hate. South Africa, this is watch your back from everyone. Because today you're having supper with them talking shit, and tomorrow they're stabbing you in the back. That is what the world has come to. God has put me on a mission here not to become president of the country. I don't believe that. I don't want to become president of the country. Doc has put me to expose these people for what utter failgatte they are. That today you can give them everything, and that tomorrow the doctor would never, ever, when I spoke to her, I said, Doctor, this person, let's call him Mr. X, because he's got foul language that he sent out today. Because I don't want to give him publicity. The doctor said, Anthony, do you think for that man, the way he speaks on Facebook, and for my ethics, I'm going to give a medical script and put my name, because that's the next thing that would come out. The doctor said to me, if he can't pay his maintenance, I would never even give him a script if he came to into my medical offices unless he was really sick. Doc is a woman of ethics. And then you got some people like in PE, they're just waiting for me. So when I offered to help Koos Weideman, because I didn't know Koos Weideman, I'd never heard of him. Something came onto my wall. Immediately I thought, hey, I've been a detective for a long time. I know the score. Let me, and I know Christian Boot is slightly ill, but he's still operational in the head. His son is a top PI at the moment. Let's go and do this. Let's go get another. I'm a man of challenges. So, Christian Boot, sorry I'm using your name, Christian. Please forgive me. Was the top PI in South Africa. There wasn't better. There's never been better, and there never will be better. Don't come with other names to me because I can tell you things about other names. Christian Boot and I would solve that case. Now, it wouldn't be for money. How can the people say, now Anthony's bankrupt, now he wants money to go solve murder cases? You know, this is what I'm dealing with every single day. People have got sick about the day. I take them around the country. They stay in the Marriott Hotel. Everything for free. Everything for free. Even use my motor vehicle for free. Then they go take on other people that they were friends with. So I don't script for that, Oakman. I've been rolling with colored people my whole life. I love them, they love me. And another thing is that in South Africa, yes, I tell you, you know they say if you want loyalty, get a dog. There are 10% of this country should be having breakfast with Satan this morning. All they can do, they can't, have you noticed some of these naysayers? They can't come on and make a live. They have to wait for a live to be made or a post to be made, and then they use that as their little glory trip on their page. It's evil, man. But you'll never hear them, hi Marie, they'll never hear them come and say, this is what they think of the country. Like they'll wait for me to come on. One word I say wrong, and then they all get their publicity from me. It's sickening, man. It is vile. No one ever said like we are. I spoke about you last night, Anna Marie Driver. The doc said that you probably was some Nigerian oak, but I said it's okay, no problem, we're not racist. And can you imagine running a page where the only thing you do is look at Anthony Hall and other people? I want to say something this morning. Maybe I'm going to trip a lot of people out, but I don't really care. That's the way I am. I'm a strong man. I'm a king's kid. I trust God. I love God. But I'm not a holier than fucking thou person. Let me tell you something. The way Neil de Beer was run down for that 6 months until I came there and spoke in favor of Neil was disgraceful. Neil, on behalf of South Africa that are not even Christian, I wouldn't even call us Christian, that are human beings, I want to apologize, Neil, for the way South Africa attacked you and still continues to attack you to this day. Neil de Beer, you shouldn't have gone through what you went through. Exactly what I've been going through for the last year. You and I are the most attacked men in South Africa by 2% of the country. But 98% of the country support what we stand for, Neil. So as a white man, I'm going to say to Neil de Beer, I apologize for the threats, for the language, for way things were used against you. I don't have to support you as your party, Neil. I've got nothing to do with your party at all. But it's on a human being level. I'm talking about Neil de Beer, the human, and about Anthony Hall, the human being. Neil de Beer, I apologize the way you and basically me have been attacked by vile people. And you stay sharp, Neil, and you stay good. And Neil de Beer, wherever your party goes, whether it takes you to the presidency, good luck. And God bless you. But you and I do not deserve these vile attacks. We do not deserve it. I've had many a time where I've sat down with you, Neil, and sometimes I've got into a position where I've been angry with you, and I apologize for that as well. Because I've enjoyed your company, Neil de Beer. When you and I have been together, there has never been a problem. And I think people sometimes force you into a situation where you have to attack another person. And that's why I stopped attacking. I respect you, Neil de Beer, as a person, hugely. And let me tell you one thing, I miss having company with you and having a chat with you and having coffee with you, because I found you to be an utter gentleman. If I said anything wrong about you, Neil, in the heat of the moment, or to answer naysayers, and to answer people that that almost guide you up and send you things of when you have been upset, Neil, and said things about me. Well, this morning, on this Sunday morning, Neil, I'm a king's kid. I apologize. I have found nothing ever wrong with you on a human being basis. Never. Maybe your politics, maybe your whatever, but that's not my issue, that's God's. But as a human being, Neil de Beer, you've never done anything wrong to me. Please accept my apologies. Sweetest, we'll have a cup of coffee. Because this whole thing, Neil, between you and me was caused by people. It wasn't caused by Anthony and Neil. We got along like a house on fire. It was caused by people who turned and branded us, Neil. People wanted to break us up, Neil. And people wanted to break us up because they knew you and I together were a very powerful team. And people came, people that you know well and people that I know well, and they came and they fucking broke us, Neil. They broke us, Neil. They tried to break us. They broke our friendship up. These people, you know what? They came to you, Neil. One day when I see you, I'll tell you. It's much more than you think, Neil. It's much more than you think, my brother. Evil people of South Africa put us up against each other. And they tried to play us like yo-yos, Neil. Because I know you're not a bad man. Because I've spent a lot of time in your company. And the time I've spent in your company was great. But people came from the back, telling you things about me and telling me things about you. And eventually a man has to just say, well, this is what it is like. People broke us up, Neil. Not you and I. The damage was done by the people of South Africa, a small majority who wanted to use you and used me and wanted to see what they can get. And when they couldn't get what they got, and when they got a little bit, they then left the party and went to go and seek someone else to prey on that person and see how far they can take them, how much they can get from that person, and then move on to the next group and move on to the next group. That's how people operate in South Africa. Then open up a new page, and then open up a new group, and then open up a new page and ask people for money. What I'm saying. Neil de Beer, I never thought I'd ever say this, but I'm a man I've got morals, man. I'm straight, I swear, I smoke, but I'm the most loyal fucking man you'll ever find. I'm one of the most loyal men you'll ever find in this world. And when they talk shit about me, it's like Winston Churchill, my hero, says, let them talk, because any publicity is good publicity. Neil de Beer, as a white man in South Africa today, I apologize to you for the way you and I were broken apart, torn apart, victimized, violated by evil people in South Africa. Take my apologies, please, Neil. God bless you. Because what happens is they come to me, they get exactly what they like, they tour the country with me, they want scripts from the doctor, they want etc., etc. And when you put your foot down, you say, but Brew, this is how far it goes, it doesn't go further. You go pay your maintenance? So you can say anything about me, South Africa, anything you want to. But this morning, heavily on my heart, on my God Christian heart, not false fucking Christian. Neil de Beer, let's have lunch. I've got a lot to tell you, and you've got a lot to tell me. It's time that we put these wannabe people that are just seeking a little bit of money, a little bit of fame, but more money, more money. Remember the root of the money, the root of all evil, not the love of money, not money, the love of money. Neil de Beer, you and I have been used by people around this country, jumping from you to me, to you to me, to you to me. The whole time it's like a jumping jack. That's what's happened in this country, Neil, and I know you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it. You're not a stupid man. They've sent you things in confidence. They've sent me things in confidence that made me want to hate you. You wanted to hate me, and they got what they got. They got the kroon, and then they left you, and they fucked you, Neil. Remember those people. The same has happened to me. You will never win, people. Neil de Beer, as a human being, I will back you 300%. I'm not too into maybe the UIM. I must still study your manifesto. But as a human being, Neil, you've done me no wrong. Let's get the truth out here. Let's get together and change this country, Neil. Let's get together, you and I, Neil. Sit down with your executive, my executive, whatever. And you and I, they know, Neil, that you and I would be the most two powerful men in this country in the opposition. They know that. People came and they were like leeches. And they sent things to me, Neil, and they sent things to you. And they wanted to break us up. They succeeded. Because we both hot-headed, Neil. In a nice way. We both don't take cuck. We both straight to the point. And we both, I know Neil. Neil, I am willing to reconcile with you. I'm willing to go forward with you as a leader that loves his country. I am saying, let's unite. We don't have to unite under your party or my party or anything. But let's unite to save this beautiful country and get rid of these evil people. I know this will get to you, Neil. I put a hand of friendship out to you today to save our beautiful country. I am man enough to say I was used by people. I was used by people who used me to attack you. And exactly the same, you were used by people to attack me. We don't have to enjoy each other's ideologies or principles. But I can tell you one thing, Neil, you and I are very powerful together, and people knew that. Sorry, I'm just going to go move something here. Sorry about that, but when you got false teeth, I don't know if any of you got false teeth. Like if you got something under the tooth, you can't like do it live on air, you know what I mean? You have to go to the bathroom and take that little piece. So if you eat something, and when you got false teeth and you have to be original, you know what I mean? Imagine me taking my teeth out in front of you, it will be national headlines, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just on that point, I extend, you know, Neil, I lay last night and I thought, yeah, you and I have been under attack. You get up in the morning, there's videos, there's screenshots, there's court orders, there's everything. You and I were used by evil, Neil. And you know what happens? You're a Christian as well, Neil. You know what happens with evil? Evil can only sustain for so long. Then the truth shall set us free. This morning, the truth is setting us free, Neil. This backstabbing and this, I must hate you and you must hate me and we must have little chirps with each other and talk in the third person. That's not what Christians do. That's not what people who love God do. No one would beat us, Neil. I sometimes hated myself when I went to bed and I thought I have to say this about this man because I've been told this and sent screenshots and sent this shots and that shots. That's all now in the past from this morning. I'm not a man who carries bitterness. I've never been a man who, because if I had to carry bitterness, I'd be in jail for about 35 murders. I don't carry bitterness at all, Neil. I forget. I just leave. I just not interested. Because that was the whole ploy of the enemy, Neil. We didn't see it coming. We didn't see it coming because we're both very strong men. So we didn't see it coming. So it came from both sides, from the left wing, from the right wing. You were attacked, and then suddenly, as soon as we broke, then I was attacked. But the attack came while we were together. Remember all those messages we used to get, Neil? We were attacked from day one. From the rings. From me being accused of a Freemason. From us being accused of everything that can be accused of. And we became nasty to each other. Because like I said, we're both very strong men. So our egos got in the way. So it was like, okay, if I don't fuck Neil, Neil's going to fuck me. And that's how the devil works, Neil. He comes in and he wants to rob and steal. But eventually, it takes a moment of sanity to realize, oh, hold it. I don't have to do something and like something to save our nation. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to save the nation. So we can think, yeah, but you spoke behind my back. I can never trust you again. I can think that about you, Neil. You can think that about me. But that was all influenced by people whose agenda was to break us, Neil. People from all sides of the political spectrum, because they knew you and I together are too powerful for this country. So the little Facebook people and group people and people who had pages had no chance against you and me, Neil. And we allowed those people, which you and I should take like a hiding for that. We allowed those nobodies to influence the future of our nation. We allowed nobodies who go on live and they've got three people listening and take food from people, etc., etc. I won't even go there. We allowed those people, Neil. We allowed people who didn't have anything better to do than to break an Afrikaans man and an English man. We to blame, Neil. You and me, my brother. Everything that we should be doing, Neil. I had an epiphany this morning. I'm having an epiphany as I speak. I wasn't going to mention you this morning, I promise you. Is that you and I, Neil, our task from God is to rescue and restore this country away from evil. Nothing else. I don't have to like you, Neil, but I do. The task of Neil de Beer and Anthony Hall is to steer this country away from absolute evil that we live in and the evil people that we surround or not surround ourselves with that want to be surrounded with us. The very people that use Jesus' name in vain are using our name in vain, Neil. Think of the bigger picture. They are there of the divide and conquer. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jackie. That's what happened, Neil. Because the last time I remember speaking to you, we got on so well. And then the evil came in. Remember Jesus Christ. You don't have to go to church to listen to all this. He sat at the table with Judas for the Last Supper. And he knew that Judas was going to betray him for a couple of rand, couple of shekels, couple of pieces of silver. What do you think has been happened to us, Neil? We got betrayed for money. Can you see that, Neil? Because they came to me, they got money, and then they left, and then they went to you, and they blow smoke up your ass, and you gave them money. They will wait for another person to use. Praise God. Praise God. The leeches came out from different pages and to do wonderful things amongst those who are carrying hardship in this country. Because I can very easily, Neil, go on alone. I'm a big boy. But God is telling me this morning, Neil, no matter what, if we really love this country, let's do this together. And those who want to join us can join us. Those who want to leave can leave. I'm not giving up my party, and you're not giving up your party. But at least we can be civil with each other. That we can sit around a table and we can talk with each other. We don't have to join each other at the hip and say, okay, well, I'm not part of your party. No. Just that we can join and say, where are we going? Put our egos aside. Put our wants aside. And as you say, you've said, Neil, and I've said, and we've both said it to each other, let's make this a better country for all. Because Satan in the last 8 months, 9 months, has won the battle. He lost it this morning. This morning, Satan got defeated. This morning, my brother. In one of the many battles that we will take on for the rest of our lives. We just fuck Satan. The doc doesn't make bad coffee, but she doesn't make the best coffee. I think she'll be better taking hearts out. Do you remember one day the doc almost dropped the heart? It's okay, I won't tell you that story. It's a long story. But she makes shocking coffee. That's correct, Jenny. They love creating drama between Neil and I.
So you're going to make your own coffee from now on?
Okay, the doctor's getting rude with me, saying that I'm going to make my own coffee from now on. Say, hey, doc, how about a sick note there for a week?
We'll
Haven't paid my maintenance. Huh?
We'll see how that goes with you making the coffee.
Ja, I got a strong woman behind me. Die Afrikaanse vrou is aan... Oh, ek word vloekie. Maar ek moet vloek, sy is aan fucking sterk. So all I'm asking, Neil, basically this. I've got my party, you've got your party. But let's be friends that we can sit down at the table, look each other in the eyes and say, hey, this is the way we're going to take this country forward. Then we can go to the Herman Mashabas. Then we can go to the people. And we can sit down and we can get these people united. The first thing we have to do is fight the evil of the Facebook warriors. Because if it wasn't for Facebook, they would not be known at all. I don't need Facebook to walk in the town. I'm known everywhere I go in South Africa, and I say that humbly. I'm known everywhere in South Africa. I couldn't even go for breakfast yesterday. I was known by like the people that were sitting there. I don't need Facebook, and I don't need pages, and I don't need groups. Neil the Beer, we don't need social media. Sisho, we don't need social media, my brother. So just to finish this topic, Neil Anthony Hall apologizes that Satan was used and came in and made me say bad things about you, which was put into my ears and put into my WhatsApp and put into my Facebook and put into what I know that weren't entirely true. I humbly apologize, Neil. Please forgive me. They wanted to tear our country apart. They wanted to tear us further than we are. They wanted to tear us apart. And it's not actually just you and I who they wanted to tear apart, Neil. They wanted to tear apart the very soul of South Africa. Because they know that you and I would make this country different. They couldn't see that. All they saw was the love of money and chaos and evil, because their lives are boring. So on behalf of white South Africans, the way you were tormented, and me, and on behalf of Anthony Hall, that's me, Neil, I'm looking you straight in the eyes. I apologize. Doc, any chance of getting a cup of coffee? Okay, Doc is giving me kak now about the coffee. Yeah, they do, Yanni. We've allowed people who've got pages and groups to sow division amongst us. Not going to allow that anymore. Never. Hi, Maureen. Hello, Richard. Welcome back from Tunisia, my brother. Richard also came through my program. I just want to explain this here for some people who don't understand. If you come to the program and you get employed by me, then I pay you. Richard Ferreira worked for me for almost a year. I think 8-9 months. And then he moved on with his girlfriend, which you don't come to rail forever. Graham was there 5.5 years. I got him an apprenticeship, and then I paid him per month, 10,000 in cash a month. They're not a bad salary, and he stayed for free. So everyone else who comes to rail that stays on, Angus is paid a salary by me to be with me and look after my mother. He doesn't do it for free. AD is paid a salary by me. He doesn't do it for free. Michael is paid a salary by me. They're not in the program. So it's not when people say, oh, I'm driving around with druggies. These are my employees. You can ask Richard Ferreira that. They are my employees, who I sometimes pay 6 months in advance, just so I can help him along the road. So addicts is just as much as myself and Neil has had a backlash this last year. Addicts have. But they don't look in the good. They'll never, ever make a post about Richard Ferreira, who came to my farm broken from drugs. Broken. And last week went to go represent his country in wrestling in Tunisia. They never talk about that from my farm. They'll talk about one or two. Unfortunately, there are those unfortunates. They're not at fault. They seem to have been born that way, who don't stay sober. You can ask Richard Ferreira anything about me. Man of integrity, Springbok, just come from Tunisia. I'm a hard man. I take no shit, but I will help you with every piece of bone that I've got. But I will not be corrupt. I don't do corruption. When I was in the underworld, I did corruption. I don't do corruption. I've never stolen in my life. Okay, I went to the restaurant, didn't pay it. I went to jail. But I paid him back. You can't come past here, Doc. See, the Doc is tripping. I'm telling you. Hi, Tasnim. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, I've been attacked, Richard, that I've just got drug addicts driving with me and drug addicts staying in hotels with me and drug addicts doing this with me. See other people just like they've tried to break us down. They didn't know. They wouldn't first find out because they are so illiterate that I pay these boys. Did I pay you, Richie? Hello, Sonette. I'm going to fight alongside anyone now who wants to make South Africa a better place. I'm not going to... The doc said to this morning, she said, Anthony, you've been doing this for so many years, but this year has just been a tax. And this is the first time I've actually shown her. Actually, yesterday I showed her a bit, I lie. Yesterday I showed her a bit, and this morning I showed her the whole thing. She can't believe it. People wouldn't believe my Facebook. You wouldn't believe it. My WhatsApp, my Messenger. You wouldn't believe what I get. I think most South Africans that are good-minded people. Hello, Joni. Love you, Joni. Most good-minded South African people were used by the devil to attack Anthony Hall and Neil de Beer. It was a game. And then people get in your camp and say, I'll take a bullet for you, this and this and this. Can you see what the ANC have done to this country? They've broken it. When people's fraud, lies, deceit come out, we run to courts. But that we'll defend in the courts of law. I will sit with anyone now who wants to make South Africa a better place. I lowered my standards when I started going out with a doctor for the last 3-4 years. My ex-wife has been brought into it. My daughter, my mother, my sister. They wouldn't play with my brothers because they will get a hiding of their lives. And I don't expose my brothers on you. My brothers are prominent people. Especially my one brother. He's like on a different level. Hello, Esty. How are you? What a beautiful person that is. Okay, now, Esty, I've told them that you're a beautiful person. You're probably going to get 800 messages now. Pagamiza? The doctor today, I don't know what's wrong with her, has decided to wear the shortest miniskirt in living memory. It's shorter than Marilyn Monroe wore. Doc, I don't think that's appropriate to be with me in that short miniskirt.
I don't own
Because,
any miniskirts.
because I think the people will be looking at you instead of looking at me. You know what I mean? Hi, Marlene. Miniskirt looks disgraceful, you know what I mean? Ducks in a row. It's nice when you got, like, Stein has got a strong woman behind him. Rafik has got a strong woman behind him. It's lovely when you... True, Sean, it's better to be with a drug addict than a two-face. Breaking every chain. Thank you, Andrea. How's it, Tank? Hello, Peter, Dion. Doc, I have a cup of coffee. I don't think the doc's going to make me another cup of coffee in a hurry. I'll have to find Mr. Delivery. Cindy says, if you got it, flaunt it. No, she's got it. She's got it. But like, then that puts me in the eyes. You know, what about my ego? They said, you know what I mean? I can't have people checking the doc out up and down.
Me in a miniskirt will be sorry.
Amen, Esty. Myself and the doc had a long chat about you last night. I'm going to phone you just now. Just give me a bit of time. And we had a long chat about you. It was a lovely chat. It was a lovely chat. Yeah, behind every good man is an even better woman. Yeah, but she's been attacked viciously. You know what I mean? She's like quite an ethical doctor. Been to a doctor for 26 years. Have you ever been reported to the medical board? Never. Okay, it's bad.
There hasn't been any reason. They can just go search that.
Yeah, you can go search that. The doc said she's never been reported to the medical board. 26 years a doctor, not a bad thing. Saved my mother's life twice, remember? Okay, here's a highlight for people from Port Elizabeth. You can go make another page. Chantal, can anyone like send me a cup of coffee? I've had 1 cup this morning. Thank you, Jillian, my darling. The dog saved my life, my mom's life twice. I'm not being funny now. Twice. No, it's cool, Brian. That's fine. Eh? Anyone's welcome to our farm. Anyone is welcome. We've got nothing to hide. Stein Weppenaar was there the other day. We've had celebrities there. I've had the ministers there. I've had Karima Brown used to come there, the late Karima Brown. I've had Steve Swart of the ACDP there. Antoinette Steyn, the mayor of Worcester, used to come there a lot. Basil Kivido, member of parliament, used to come there a lot. Marius Fransman used to come there a lot. A lot of people come to my farm. And Terra Lakota. Willie Madisha, the founder of Cosatu, comes there. He's sick now. Terra Lakota came to my farm more than I came to my farm. Can't play games when we got nothing to hide, man. We've got nothing to hide. I've had celebrities there that I've forgotten about already. On our farm. Top politicians on our farm. Every party. ANC. COPE. DA. ACDP. They've all been on my farm, man. People from the Freedom Front have been there. I met Steve Hofmeyr down the road from my farm. I meet anyone, man. There's not a racist bone in Anthony Hall's body. There's not a racist bone in my body. But if you act like a thug and a pig and this, then I will tell you what I think of you. Sishon, the dog doesn't want to make me coffee. The dog is a beautiful bin for 60. I tell you, she's on a roll. She's doing well. She's doing well, man. Sishon, you know, she's... But she fights this battle with me. And this morning I woke up and I said, you know, this is on my mind. And I showed her all this stuff. And then I wasn't planning to talk this about Neil. That's when the Holy Spirit takes over. I'm filled with the gift of discernment. I know it like inside out. So when you get taught about by evil is when people just take screenshots from you. And that's their page. Thank you, Betty. What are we having? I'll send you the address via WhatsApp, Brian. My bro, relax. I've seen it, Brian. I love you, Brian. When our political scenario is at this at the moment, we've got people. How's it, Jane? Yeah, sweet, man. I can't smoke now because I'm in a hotel room. The doctor tied me down last night. So, another headline for them. So I can't smoke yet. I asked him for a smoking room. They said, okay, smoking room is booked. That's Angus. And, oh, Cindy, you're 63 and you still wear miniskirts. You go, girl. She's young. Yeah, you're right, Sally, but I'm not going to entertain them, man. Takes a long time because you get angry and you read these things. Like Oak says this morning, oh, we're bankrupt. That's why we want to go investigate a murder. Can you believe that? You get people that believe that. I didn't ask them for money to go and investigate the murder. Okay, investigate the murder. It should be so simple. Open a chat. Sweet Jeanette. Hey, Dion's on an ANC and coffee. I don't get coffee, bro.
You come now. Patience.
Yeah, the doctor's looking hot, eh? That's my fucking moist duck vleis. Another headline for them. Pathetic people. Oh God, you must have tears in your eyes this morning. So what's happening in South Africa now, we've got a separation of powers now. The Constitutional Court has made a very strange decision to ask Jacob Zuma what sentence he should be getting. That is like unheard of in the Constitutional Court. This is, I can tell you now, this is groundbreaking. This is different level stuff. There is no ways that the Constitutional Court has ever asked someone. Remember, the Constitutional Court is not really there to sentence you. The Constitutional Court, this could be the Constitutional Court's first sentence. Because if it goes to the Supreme Court of Appeal, you get convicted in the High Court, then you go to the Supreme Court of Appeal. I'm talking about legal, criminal cases here. Then after the Supreme Court of Appeal, you've got no more appeals left except the Constitutional Court. And they can say, okay, you got sentenced, like Oscar, you got sentenced 12 years. The Constitutional Court will agree with it. Very rarely will the Constitutional Court throw out what has come from the Supreme Court of Appeal. Very rarely. They've been done, but very rarely. Now the Constitutional Court under Mugang is saying to Zuma, listen here, Zuma, baby, how long would you like to go sit in Orange? You know, it's going to be like quite a big overall. It's going to cost the state a couple of money, but he's stolen so much money. Unprecedented. So if Penny goes to murder Esther, God forbid it doesn't happen, and Esther is found guilty, then the court asks Esther, listen here, my sister, how long would you like to go to jail for? Esther says, like 2 days would be fine. Okay, 2 days. The reason the Constitutional Court has done this, I'm under correction, but the only reasoning you can find why they've done this, because of the effect it's going to have on the rest of South Africa. Zuma supporters and the Zulu people are going to say, hold it, here's time for war. The supporters of Ramaphosa are going to say, hey, hold it, put him away for 2 years, he's insanity, he's probably got whatever disease. So, this could break the country next week. He's got the Wednesday to answer. Then I got the feeling that the Constitutional Court will come out either on the Friday or on the Monday. But I'm seeing a bit of a weakness in Mugang. I think he's under pressure from the Israel attack. I think he's under pressure from people that don't like him because he's a Christian. And I think he's under evil because Satan has got his sights set straight on Mugang at the moment. Thanks, Janet. Hello, Anthony. So it's unprecedented. It shows you that, I don't know if any of you have been divorced. Now you get 2 lawyers. Now the lawyers know the longer I'd stretch these divorce out, and we'll argue with each other over petty points. But let me tell you something about law. They're not actually arguing. They're not arguing. I'm talking about unethical lawyers. Most of them are. They're not arguing. They said, okay, well, if I take this court case of a divorce 3 to 4 years and I see that this person has got a couple of rand, we can both make money. Let's just make out like we're fighting each other. Let's just say, okay, I will ask for this document. That'll take another 2 months. And then you ask for that document, take another 3 months. Then we can't find a judge, will take another 6 months. And then we want... So the lawyers are playing the game. And if they got a willing participant who's got money, because the doctor's a very rich woman, so she can pay all these lawyers, you know what I mean? And that's the only reason I go out with it, another headline. And she's stinking rich. And
I wish.
Then the lawyers, after 3-4 years, have each made themselves $1 million plus. And then they say, okay, let's get divorced. Let's settle out of court. That's how lawyers work. Since the doc's looking hot this morning. Doc, come say hello. Come say hello, Doc.
Hi.
I'm proud of my doc.
Good morning. My miniskirt is like all the way to my ankles, in case you wonder.
Doc is tripping. So, the judicial system, the legal system is fucked, let me tell you that. If you got money, you can get out because this gets past the prosecutor, this gets passed this way. How many prosecutors have been arrested lately? Judge Sloppy last night. Why did they release it on a Saturday night? For a case that's been going on for 2 years. That he compromised. As the judge president of Cape Town High Court, he compromised a constitutional court ruling. That is unheard of. That he wanted 2 advocates to speak in favor of Jacob Zuma. Lawyers are rip-offs. A girl phones me the other day and says to me, you know, the only man I've slept with since my divorce is my lawyer. Because you promised me things. I said, okay, that's very nice. That's very nice. Keep it going. I wonder how many else he's bunked. Come on, we must put people on pedestals, man. Exactly what happened to your divorce. How's it, Alan, my brother? Oh, Alan's giving you that Israeli flag. Sweet, Alan. See you in Durban. Miniskirt to the ankles, yeah, Nicolene. The dog doesn't wear miniskirts often. When she does, I must keep on a leash. Remember that I used to be on, I think my mother knew that I was going to be tarty one day. Remember those little leads that children used to be held on when they walked? I was on one of those till I was 8. Seriously. My mother wouldn't let me walk alone because one day in Sea Point, I'm sorry, I'm just talking off the cuff here as it comes into my head. One day in Sea Point, my mom said I was 3 years old. That was like 54 years ago. I ran into the road and I ran up to the main road from the pavilion. I was 3 years old in the traffic. Family was looking for me, and from that day they decided to put me on the, I don't know what they called it. What do they call it, Doc?
It's basically like a leash. Yeah.
Like a leash.
Kiddie leash.
A kiddie leash.
Oh, that's so
I couldn't move more than 30 meters. 20 meters.
The biggest mistake your mom made was to take it off after.
Jeez, listen to the doctor. The biggest mistake your mom ever made was to take the leash off. And yes, Diana says you should still be on a leash, you naughty. There's the coffee. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, my love. Abe Swisky was a brilliant lawyer. He's dead now. All the women used to go to Abe. Most of Abe's clients were women. He had his practices in Sea Point. He made a lot of money out of women. He made lots of money. Abe Swisky, good lawyer. But he had the name, and most women ran to him. And the women who ran to him were the women with big bucks. Or the husband had big bucks, and he was caught with his... Okay, let's not go there Sunday. Hello, Stella. Been a lovely morning with you guys. Love being with you guys. Thank you, Doc. You know, I have to be very careful with the doc because she could use any medication or poison. Doctors are evil people sometimes, eh? Now you tie your pants with a heel slung. Maureen. Hey, Catherine, remember Grand Bazaars? I love Grand Bazaars. I was a youngster. Remember, did anyone know the Grand Bazaars in Deep River? Those were like lekker stores. Huh? It wasn't like these big games now and macro. In divorce, some women are like hurricanes. They come and take everything. Yeah, geez, Clinton, I know some men like that too, bro. But, you know, women scorn, you know what they say. It's like a page opener or a group opener. Scorn them, you see what we're being under. Hi, Glennis. Amen, Glennis. Thank you for your prayers. Okay, now the doctor's taking photographs of the window, out the window. Jeanette loves you. Hello, Stella Diesel. Hello, my sister. Yeah, so the legal system is stuff. We got a very tense week coming up here. And with this hatred going around there, you find someone. Remember, God says, be awake. Be sober, be awake. Now, I think Port Elizabeth waits till it's half a bottle of brandy's gone. And then find something fascinating about me and makes up their own stories. But and some people who use and abused my kindness, and I was always kind to them. I've never run them down, and I won't actually start running them down because it'll take me too long. I like that, Tasneem. Never mind stuff that he's fucked. I like that. Straight out. That's a woman. That's how you talk. Straight. Yes, remember the chocolate counters, Philip? When you used to go in and they used to give you a bucky, and then you used to put so many chocolates in, of different chocolates in. That was sweet. Eh? I used to go there with my mom far. Well, did you ever go to Grand Bazaars? No, she was upper class. Doc's very upper class. I saw that different level, eh? That heart surgeon, Brandon, who did the swim from Robben Island to Broberg. Different level shit. 80 years old. Well done, boy. Well done, sir. I didn't get his name. What's his name, Brandon? I can't recall his name. Pick and mix. Missed him, yes. Yes, Joy, you're dead right. You're dead right, Joy. Lawyers You don't screw the women, literally they do, but they work together because they know the longer it goes, the more money they make. They don't want to solve a divorce in 2 months. They want to like stretch it out to 3 years.
4 years.
At 4 years. Doc has been waiting just over 4 years now. Garlics in Adley Street, Brendan, they were different level. Yeah, Vivian, if I was from Port Elizabeth at the moment with those thugs staying there, I would leave. Because they're looking for me to say something now so they can make it the next screenshot. Can you believe it? I offered to, with the greatest private investigator in this country, to help solve the murder of Koos Weideman. And the O makes a big thing today about, hey, he must be bankrupt. He's bankrupt. He's looking for money. I didn't ask for a cent. I didn't want a cent. We would have done it at our own cost. How can I be bankrupt when my bint is a multimillionaire? You know what I mean? Please, man. Please, man. Please, man. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, the doc, Brian, the doc could be, she could be vicious.
Not me.
Nah. Cheers for the coffee.
Pleasure.
Do you know that Port Elizabeth has got the statistics of the most satanistic people in South Africa? Port Elizabeth, that bridge, has got the statistics of the satanistic high ground, of South Africa. Van Staden's Bridge. Port Elizabeth, this family of mine, my little niece, no, not little niece, she's 40, but my nieces and my nephew stayed there. What was his name here for the doc? Otto Thanning, 80. It's all about court cases and how long you can. I can imagine you, Esther, 11 years in a court case. It's all about the money. And the lawyer will say to you, hey, this bastard other lawyer, I wonder what's wrong with him, this, that. But they just play the game. It's their money, remember? They're not at Pick and Pay. They're in their office, and everyone who comes into their office is money. So the longer that person comes back into your office, it's money. It's simple. It's simple, man. There's obviously very good lawyers out there. I've got a top lawyer. And I don't say he's top because like I want the next free consultation tomorrow morning free. But he's an ethical man. And that's what I love. When we went to the High Court, or we were going to the High Court a couple of months ago, I paid him so much money. And then we did what we had to do. I can't go into the details of it, settled out of court. And then he gave me the money back. Alton Shortless is the best attorney I've ever had. He's from Worcester. He's the best attorney I've ever had. And I've traveled like in this country where I know advocates, lawyers, like Michael Donan, Jeremy Gauntlet, senior counsel. I talk to senior counsel people, you know what I mean? Now, the doc has never heard of Otto Thanning because he's too old. He's 80 and the doc's 60. There's a 20-year difference. I wonder if the doc didn't use Botox. Do you use Botox, doc?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Opposite the Roxy movie house. Yes, Tennyson, that's right. Cheapest. That's a long time ago. Hello, Heather. Wendy. It's going to be another 5 minutes with you beautiful people. I've got off my chest what I wanted to get off my chest. I'll still be annihilated on a little wall with 4 followers. It's pathetic. Pathetic. Now, I went there, Janet, you say that you never felt nice there. I went there with my sister 2 weeks ago, I think you recall. And my sister lived there for a long time. And she said, Anthony, get me out of this evil place. I checked out, I said, what do you mean? She said, Anthony, can't we leave this evil place? Let's not stay another night like we planned to stay in PE, and let's go stay somewhere else. And we left and went to go stay in Mossel Bay. Port Elizabeth. I'm not saying the whole of Port Elizabeth, don't get me wrong now, but there's a lot of evil people there. There's a lot of evil people around the country, but satanistic people in Port Elizabeth is huge. Satanism in Port Elizabeth is the capital of South Africa. That's what I'm saying to you. It's huge. Van Staden's Bridge, more people have died over Van Staden's Bridge than in the Second World War. Up on Van Staden's Bridge, up on that mountain there is where they do the satanic rituals. There used to be a cop who used to investigate just satanic crimes. And he's dead today, so he can't tell you, but read his book. Absolute, Geraldine. If you've got God walking with you in PE, there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying PE as the place. I'm saying there is a lot of evil in PE, like there is in Cape Town. But Satanism, let's put it this way. Satanism in Port Elizabeth is rife. So I've got a lot of friends in Port Elizabeth, and they're my good friends. They're beautiful people. Port Elizabeth is a beautiful place. But there's a lot of Satanists in PE. That is what I'm trying to say. There's a huge number of Satanists in Port Elizabeth. Bev says, are you sure Rihanna is 60? She doesn't even look 50. Yeah, but Bev, shut up, man. Bev, shut up. You're right, but shut up. Don't be nasty now, Bev. Yeah, there's Satanists all over this country, but the statistics are that it's not knock. Now, I don't want to be a headline today for knocking PE. I'm knocking the Satanism in Port Elizabeth is the capital in South Africa. That's what I'm saying. And that's fact. You can prove it. Thanks, Geraldine. I worked in PKRS when they arrested Lucifer in Mayerton. The films I had to develop, Anthony, was disgraceful. I can believe you, Glynis. Have you got any of those films? Mark, check them. The doc will check them.
No, I don't want to.
Geraldine thinks I'm cradle snatching. Excuse me? Geraldine, don't get heavy here. Doc's laughing now because she thinks this is a cuck one on me. Geraldine, that's not nice. I'm the Doc's toy boy. Yeah, Bev, Doc is actually 16. Headlines tomorrow, true. I'm the Doc's toy boy. Doc's at a different level. Yeah, beautiful. Hello, Stephanie Royds. Beautiful woman. Okay, Geraldine, just keep it calm, eh? Pity, Glynis. I'm looking good for 80. Yeah, Diana, you are you like walking on thin ice. What group do you belong to? Yeah, Brandon, it's going to go back to normal lives now. They can say what they like. I've made my olive branch to Neil de Beer, and I'll walk a road with him. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, Annette. Doesn't mean, with Neil, I'll just get back to it for the people who, good morning, who are on late, that I'm not going to join his party, but at least we can have dialogue in a human, proper way, not over social media. I'm a Dr. Rihanna supporter. Okay, sweet, Diana.
Thank you.
Geraldine, I'm going to block you now. I don't do that. The orange bioscope. Hey, Willem. Okay, now they're calling me a cradle snatcher. You a cradle snatcher. Who's the cradle snatcher? You know what I mean? The doc said she only went out with me because I've got golden blue eyes and a nice mouth. You know what I mean? She had the stethoscope out last night. I can't go further than that. I remember Wellington Food grows very well, Peter. Very well. Shame, they were a big company, eh? They were massive. They were huge. Yeah, the doc she's a doctor, but she was in the nursing uniform last night. Another headline for them. Port Elizabeth, did you hear that? Make your little headline, go onto your page with 3 supporters. Yeah. And big mouth. Geraldine, you cruising for a bruising, man. You know what I mean? You on thin ice. Yeah, what does she want with an old man? I wish she could come live and tell you what about this old man, because then it will shock because then all the chicks will be lining at the door. Yeah, you know what I mean. You too, Michelle. It's been lovely speaking to you guys today. Lovely. I'll make your day brighter. Thanks, Geraldine. Sweet, man. Good woman, Geraldine. ... for the stethoscope. Delia. Oh, Stephen, 10 year. Oh, he's also... I'm 12 years older than my wife. Shame, Yanni. I feel sorry for you. I'm 10 years younger than the doc. Come, Doc, tell us, please. I think the doc should come and say hello for 5 minutes. And maybe any medical complaints or, you know what I mean, just for 5 minutes while I have a cigarette out the window. Because the doc has got a lovely way of speaking. And she'll tell you how she can't understand how I get attacked every day like this. It would make her mad. I used to work in Uitenhage. I used to live in Uitenhage. Hey, Annelie. Yes, Barbara, well done, eh? You ran a support group, yeah. I stayed opposite the swimming pool in High Street in Uitenhage with my sister many moons back. My wife says better old man's lover than a young man's slave. True. Oh, yeah. There, doc, they want you. There's an overwhelming influence for you to come speak here, doc, for 5 minutes. While I just go and... okay, you must remember the doc is Afrikaans. So sy gaan 'n bietjie Afrikaans praat want sy is Afrikaans. Haar pa was 'n professor. Haar oom was die bestuurder van die 1952 Springbok span wat na die Olympiese...
That's my
Grandfather. Okay, shut up, man. Her grandfather was the manager of the 1952 Olympic Games Springbok team to Helsinki. How's that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. You know what I mean? That's different level shit. And her daughter has just done so well in the South African National Athletics Championships. And my sister is looking after her, and I'm a Ray. And leave Anthony and the doc alone. No one kisses and tells. No, the doc, come doctor. You know, she's coming, just hang on. You know what I mean? Like, don't get aggressive on a Sunday morning. The doc says I look like Clint Eastwood. Last night she was calling me Clint. But after all the attacks I take and I show the doctor, I just carry on. Got God on my side. Come, Doc. Karen even wants to speak to you. She's married to my school friend. Hello, hi, Doc. No, I'm not the doc. No. That'll be a moose headline, Marky. Anthony Hall is now calling himself a doctor. You know what I mean? Like, no. Yes, the doc. Yeah, I say some mooi dinge. I'm putting in the eyes. She hates the camera. She loves things. She's a top photographer as well. She's top in everything she does. Read between the lines. You know what I mean? But she hates being in front of the camera. As kakpraat geld was ek baie ryk. Ek weet dit binnendien. My dad's uncle was part of that rugby team. Vanessa, different level. So, Vanessa, you will know, your dad would have known the doc's grandfather. No, my mom named me after Clint Eastwood and John Wayne. Last night I was hearing, you know, like, Frankie, and then I said, hey, but that's not Frank. She says, no, I remember Marie making the tape of you singing My Way. I think the doctor gets confused. She fantasizes about me. Hey, Doc.
Hi. Yeah, I try to get out of this. I don't like being in front of the camera, as Anthony already said. But hello, everybody, and thank you for all the support and putting some positivity in our days, especially when there's so many people being negative and horrible. I just stand amazed. I don't know what people think they achieve by being horrible to other people. And I actually teach my children that if you always freaking horrible to other people. You can't be happy yourself. You cannot yourself be happy or get happy or become happy or happier or whatever by always bringing other people down and just focusing on the negative all the time, because you make yourself negative and upset and unhappy in the process. Anyway, everybody has to do what they think is best and what they believe to be right, and we all have to answer one day. So yeah, what will have to answer to is God one day is actually none of anybody else's business, and also what other people have to answer to God is also none of my business. He knows what's right and wrong and fair, and you can't go according to other people's opinions of what's right and what not. Ultimately, God is the only judge who actually has any authority whatsoever. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I don't really, and Anthony said I hate being in front of the yeah, so I see, I see Rosemary's posting about Joy, who's been busy going through the divorce, yes, for much longer than me. Oh, no, sorry, I'm not sure if Rosemary's talking about herself here. Yeah, no, yeah, Rosemary, mine has been going since 2017, and I'm rather not going to mention where we're at with the cost, but it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. Oh yeah, and I see, yeah, and what Rosemary says is she can't afford a lawyer. That's the sickest part of it. If you can't afford it, then they don't help you any further. They'll go out of their way and do all kinds of extra things that will cost more, as long as the money keeps flowing. And if they see the money is drying up, then end of story. It's really it's quite sickening. Really, it's quite a what's the word? I'm quite disillusioned with the whole setup. But anyway, we just have to keep on going, keep on trying. And if there's a setback, obviously it upsets me for a day or two, and then then we just carry on again. Take each day at a time. That's what I've been living by for many years now. Absolutely, literally one day at a time, because that's all you have. What's past is past. You can't bargain on you can't bargain on tomorrow. There's no guarantee of tomorrow for anybody. So all we have to work with is today. And that's I think that's probably a cliche by now. Everybody says it, but that is really true. You can only handle today what's dealt out for you today, and then tomorrow then you tackle the next day. And so in a few years time from now, you look back and you are often surprised at what you've achieved and what you've been able to endure by breaking it down in smaller pieces and chewing one bite at a time. Someone's asking you about Dalcolac suppositories. Yeah, generally, in terms of any medication for constipation, it's always better to try and what are you laughing about now? Okay.
I'm listening.
Yeah, in terms of anything for constipation, I believe with anything, it's better to if you can control things and keep things sorted in a natural way without taking medication. That's obviously first prize, but sometimes you need medication. So with constipation, you have to take in enough fluids. Exercise is important. You have to get in enough roughage, and then if you have a long-term problem with something like constipation, it's better to use something that is safe in the long run, like Movicol. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to name brands and whatever, but something like Movicol is safe. It's actually indicated for chronic constipation, so it's safe to use long term. Some of the things that's like hectic and like flushes you out like quickly, they tend to be in the long run. If you use it too often, it basically makes your bowel lazy, and it actually in the long run makes the problem worse. But if someone is having a serious problem, then if you're like completely blocked up, the Movicol is not going to, something like that's relatively mild, isn't really going to fix the problem at that stage. Yeah. So Dalcolax as such is fine, but it's not something that you should be using constantly. But if you need it, then yeah, that's fine. It's absolutely, as such, it is fine. I'm just talking in general. It's better to use something that's more gentle. I just spotted someone saying, yeah, prune juice. Geraldine, I agree. Prunes as such as well. Really, it works, and it's again, it's something more natural, and it's not medication. So that's absolutely fine. Yeah. Brendan saying, yeah, I think some politicians should take oral suppositories. I think they're already having diarrhea there at that end. So I think we should give them some Imodium to block them up and stop all the diarrhea from pouring out ish. Yeah. Yeah, I see Karen saying again about the one day at a time. It really, I believe it works, because we get ourselves in such a spin sometimes that you think, oh shit, sorry for my language, like, oh, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what's going to happen with this, what's going to happen from, yeah, talking about flipping miniskirts. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted there for a bit. Yeah. We really need to try and focus sometimes to think, okay, what can I deal with today? What can I solve today? And prioritize things. Because if we try and do like 20 things and at the same time and sort out 20 problems at the same time, I just go into a spin then. So what's the most important thing for today? Handle that. And if you do have the time and the energy to get to point 2, then okay, then you handle that next. It actually works. Stephanie's asking, Yikes, who's the hunk behind you? I think I should call him back now to come talk to you. None of you are going to hear anything I'm saying now. Then just, how much should I pull on the towel?
No.
And Geraldine saying, you should get rest, you're distracting me. Yeah, no, I must say that is a bit distracting. Philip saying, Anthony, your chest dropped, brother. Yeah, no, it's good if we can have fun and laugh about things. Life is too flippin', it's too much, it's too serious and too much nonsense in life. We have to, even if we have to actually make a deliberate effort, we have to be able to sometimes just like laugh about things and joke a bit and then take the rest again when we're able to. Someone said, yeah, I once drank colon prep before an operation. I was crying on the luthergrams, is so bad. Yeah, colon prep, those things are, that's, what's the word, hectic, explosive. Yeah, so if you go before a bowel operation or a colonoscopy, yeah, then you take the bad stuff that like flushes you out big time. And yeah, it's not fun. I normally, if someone, the day before someone has to take something like that, I normally can give them a sick note for that day, because if you need to stay close to the loo, you can't be working or running around. Now Janet says she has to take that every 8 months. Yeah, if someone's like in a situation where someone's like really badly blocked up, but then I normally take an X-ray. Unless someone has got a history, if someone comes and they're that badly blocked up, I normally take an X-ray first and make sure there's no obstruction, because if there's actually a bowel obstruction and you give someone the violent stuff like that, then that can cause major problems. Yeah, and if there's no obstruction, then I do sometimes, but that's seldom. I give someone some color prep to like clean them out properly, and then we start again. Joyce saying, the divorce has been going for 11 years. Please, I really hope and pray mine is not going to go on that long. Yeah, and Joy was saying I've changed lawyers as another lawyer pointed out that this lawyer was not acting in my best interest and made me aware of her devious behavior. Yeah, and unfortunately, there's a lot of that going around, and I'm at the point where I don't know if another lawyer tells you the other one is bad or not acting in your best interest, which one do you trust? I don't know. I'm sort of, you don't really know, eh? And especially I have no clue about law. I'm not interested in law. I don't like it. I don't understand it. My head's too flat for that. I'd rather stick to suturing wounds and whatever. So it's very difficult if you don't have a knowledge of all this nonsense. Then yeah, it makes it so difficult. You're forced to trust these people. You don't really have a choice, and yeah, it's very frustrating. Joy, I really hope and pray that there'll be a miracle for you soon, and that you can also finalize this nonsense that you've been going through for 11 years. I mean, really, that's just so obviously ridiculous. That is insane. Yeah, and I hate it when people who are vulnerable or in a vulnerable situation are deliberately being exploited by others. I can't handle that at all. Arnold, I'm not going to pronounce your surname, I'm going to probably mess it up. He says, Doc, we need to see more of you, Anthony. Doc, no boring.
Okay, that's fair.
I reluctantly have to admit that's one thing that is not it's not boring. It's like rather sometimes you just wish can you just go and lie down a bit so we can all have some peace. Just kidding, my love. Brendan is saying, yeah, I got given a small dose of morphine after an operation. He said, I can see why people say it becomes addictive. Yeah, and with things like pethidine, they if after operation they need to like limit the amount of dosages you get because it really is very, very addictive. And I don't think never say never, but I don't like the feeling of being deaf or whatever else. I don't, never say never, but I can't imagine that I'll ever get addicted to anything because except like chocolates and all that. But I don't like feeling vague or deaf or nothing. Oh, Janet, yeah, shame, man. Okay, so every time before you have a procedure, shame, man. Do you have a family history or of cancer, or have you had problems before? Shame, man. Yeah. But I guess it's one of those things, every 8 months you do it and just get it over and done with, and then you've got to break again for 8 months. Easy for me to say, eh? Hi Zoe, when are you going to come visit us in South Africa? Let's see. My love, I can't talk for so long. You need to come take over again.
Okay.
As Audrey saying here about the niece that's got Crohn's disease. Yeah, that's not like that's very difficult. Okay, I think I'm going to hand you over to Anthony again. I need to start packing our stuff and all that. So we unfortunately have to leave our peaceful, quiet weekend and go back to the real world. Yeah. So there's Anthony again.
Thanks, Doc. Okay, the Doc's on a different level.
Oh, you've packed your bag.
Yeah, no, I'm organized. I know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? You don't need a degree to...
He's actually packed his bag while I was busy talking. Yo!
It's different level.
That's different level.
Doc's impressed with me?
Yes, I'm always impressed with you, my dear.
Yeah.
You keep surprising me with new talents, huh?
Thanks, Janet. I'll tell her. Yeah, good morning to everyone. Yeah, it's good afternoon already, huh? That I haven't greeted yet. Yeah, she's an amazing lady, very strong. I like strong people. Well done, Anthony, good boy. Hey, I'm going to say something very horrible now.
So if you say something horrible, I'm just curious to see what it looks like inside the suitcase. Probably just all just thrown in. I'm proud of you, my love. Very, very proud.
Yeah.
Want another cup of coffee?
I'll have another cup before we go. We only should have been out the hotel room at 10, but it's 12 o'clock, but it's fine. What can they come and tell you? Knock on the door and say, please leave. No, but they know us here. Hello, Leslie, my darling. We're missing you too. Thanks for everything with Marjorie and the kids and all that. And, Leslie, all those munchies you put in for us, we tackled them last night. After the doc, she said to me, you look like Charlie. So I said, like, Charlie? She says, Charles Bronson. So I said, hey, give me a break. He was an ugly oak. And then further in the night, I heard her, she was just going off to sleep, and she was saying, James, James, James. I woke up, I said, who's James? Are you having an extramarital affair and you're not even divorced yet? You know what I mean? Isn't one enough? And that's a headline. And she said, no, Anthony, I was dreaming that you and James Dean were together and I couldn't decide who was James Dean and who was Anthony Hall. So, I was having a difficult night. I think the doctor was having a great dream. Doc's on the right level. Hey, Elma, Lydia. Okay, Arnold, I owe you one, my brother. Yeah. So this morning when she woke up, she said to me, James, would you like coffee? Yeah, Bernadine along the side of the road. And I hate a shower that doesn't stay constant. Well, I phone Sorgason's boss here tonight and tell him I'm coming to his house to shower. I hate a shower when it's not constant, but I prefer a bath. I love a bath. Sorry, just forget the doc behind her. She's like packing her clothes and that should have been packed 10 o'clock. But you know what I mean? So you guys can call me James from now on, 007. James 007. Yeah, the doc imports her lingerie from China. Another headline. So it only lasts once. You know what I mean? Hey, doc.
Well, any others would only last once as well, so I can just go cheap.
Yeah, doc did turn on the cold tap. She did. She's man, Alma, how's it? Love you both, Leslie. I love you too, okay? Sweet. You know, when you... Doc wears that lingerie that's got big writing at the back, made in China. To remind you of my Chinese friends. You know what I mean? They don't want my Chinese friends.
At least there's not a made in China label somewhere else.
Yeah. Can't go there. Thank you, Audio. Hey, Jenny. Good woman, great woman. I'll still meet you, Jenny. I'll meet you. Don't relax, Jenny. Time. Jared, you prefer showering? No, I don't. I prefer bathing. When I was in Paris, I once got into a bath and I thought it was a swimming pool. You know what I mean? Doc is so funny, how she is. She's good at everything she does. Let's just keep it there. Doc, is nymphomaniac a disease?
Well, yeah, it's classified as a psychiatric.
It's a psychiatric disease, more.
Condition. Yeah, well, it depends.
Yeah, nymphomania is a psychiatric disease. Didn't know that. So can you be a doctor and a nymphomaniac? Yeah, technically.
Well, I'm only a doctor.
She's only a doctor. I just want to know, it just came into my head. I was thinking about my time in Paris. I like that, Bernadine. Summer shower, winter bath. Yeah, what a pleasure. Arnold. Most items are made in China except babies. Those are made in vagina. Philip, that's a classic. Philip, that's a classic. You come up with classics, eh? I want to introduce you to the doc. He knows my dad, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, he'll tell you about my dad. My dad was a big motherfucker. He wouldn't take the shit that I'm taking every day. Same to you, Lydia. Hello, Brenda. Oh, Mariana also prefers bathing. Bathing. What do they call it? Bathing.
I'm not English.
Bathing. I think I should go to the casino today, Alma. Don't you think so? Sunday's normally good payouts. Because those who are drunk on the Saturdays just put in the money in, you know. Money goes around. Never worry about money as long as you got food. How do you get food? You grow it. Hey, Arnold. Doc, you want a glass of red wine? No, not okay. Doc says it's too early for a glass of red wine. Yeah, about this time when I was drinking, I was pissed. I'd be pissed already in my life. Then I go sleep for an hour, wake up. Be careful, the hotel might charge for extra day. No, not me. Sorry, I'm saying this humbly, not a fuck me. No. No, let's not even go there. Americans say bathing. Thanks, V. V sounds very educated. The doc got 6 A's in matric.
No, I didn't.
I got 3 A's. Jy gaan slaan oom Kas. I hope so, Elma. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I can twist the doc's arm just to go for an hour or so. You know what I mean? Just to get the feeling. Because then I'm stopping for a while. Because I'm going to go build that kibbutz. Hit your jet and go to your casino. Philip. You know, people, when you go to Empress Palace, I want you to remember something. That's Chogo's son, okay? That I own it. So every time you put the money in the machine, just say, thank you, Anthony. Or Anthony saying thank you to you. Hey, my love?
You my witnesses. Another cup of coffee. That's actually the third one. You didn't see the first one.
But I didn't finish the first one. The first one was shocking. That was like when you've got a chick.
I'm taking it away again.
And the chick doesn't like, you know. One of the greatest sayings I've ever heard in my life. Huh? I don't know if you people remember the series Dallas. I was a young boy. I was only about 15, 13, 14, 15. I was still the bow-nose flown over. Doc can have a glass. No ways. Doc only has one glass and she's One of the best sayings, it stuck with me. This is now like a saying that has stuck with me for over 45 years. J.R. Ewing was pursuing, Hazard Pastor was pursuing this one chick on Dallas. I'll never forget it. We were allowed to watch Dallas, but if there were temperamental scenes, my mother used to say, shut your eyes. So you only shut one. You know what I mean? And J.R. Ewing wanted to bonk this one chick. And eventually, after about 18 episodes, we wanted to check him get her. Young boys. He got her. And afterwards, he turned around and he said to her, you know what? This was not worth the wait. I have never, ever, ever forgotten that. I thought, hey, that was a classic. Then he was shot. Remember who shot JR?
I wasn't allowed to watch it.
The dog wasn't allowed to watch it. We weren't actually allowed to, but we used to gooi tantrums because there were 3 boys. No, we were 4 boys. Sorry, 4 boys. I forgot my one brother. He's cool. He's a killer. 4 boys and a sister. And I was the youngest. So they could watch. We were all 2 years apart because my dad knew what he was doing. And I remember if Dallas came on a Tuesday night, I would throw tantrums.
Yes.
I would go mad. Yeah, no, we're mental. Okay, just come sit here and just watch it. Close your eyes. Yeah, okay, Ma. Bobby was a hunk. Yeah, he was, eh? I liked, Sue Ellen, I found plastic. Pamela.
Plastic.
Yeah, she was also plastic, but she was nice. Eh? Don't be so nasty, Doc. Pamela Ewing. I thought Pamela was quite arty. Pamela reminded me of Julia Mays. Yeah. I wonder if Julia didn't play in Dallas. There was the other one of Dallas as well, Debbie Does Dallas. I don't know if anyone of you watched that. I had to watch it when I was a cop. I hate porn. Yeah, Rich Man, Poor Man was a great series with Nick Nolte. That was years ago. Victoria Principal, Diana, that's it. I thought she was quite a hottie. She was worth a night. Yeah, she was a hottie. I remember Rich Man, Poor Man, Nick Nolte. He was a... Yes, remember those old places, those things that we used to watch, huh? Yeah, Rich Man, Poor Man was great. It was a great... And that's, yeah, we're going about like 30, 40 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, do you know that Victoria's Secret is hers? Hello, Tamara. How are you, my darling? Thornbirds. I didn't watch that.
I watched that.
Doc watched that. Must be upper class. Hi, Delia, Bev. Doc watched Debbie Does Dallas too.
No, I only heard about that for the first time in my life when you told me about it. I didn't even know it.
That was, when I was in the drug squad, we had to like watch the movies and write statements. That was like the first ever groundbreaking pornographic movie ever made. I can remember it 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Falconetti. Yeah, I remember that, eh? North and South, I think it was called that.
Yeah.
Enemy Drive, I don't watch things like that. So I think, you know what, Julia dumped me because one night we were watching Dallas and I said to her, cheapest, that Victoria Principal Pam is like a hot here. And she got all upset and she went to go and sulk. Meantime, she looked like Pam. Julia Mays. Kojak was cool. I smelled Kojak with a lollipop. Oh, there's Julia. Good afternoon, Julia. How are you? I'll be just skimming about you. Sons of Anarchy. No. V, yeah, Falconetti. High Chaparral, yeah. With Shane. Hello, Simone. Yeah, Rich Man, Poor Man, Bruni was like the top, sir. I think my bag is packed more professionally than the Doc's bag. Okay, Cherie, will do. Bonanza, yeah, I remember Bonanza. Eh? He's dead now. What was him? Michael Columbo was sharp. I don't see any comment about Debbie Does Dallas or all the men conversions all of a sudden. Brackenjan and Night Rider. Smart Night Rider. Okay, got a bit boring. Hello, Kerry Ann, how are you? Volvedans and die Skema.
I think it was on the radio program.
Chips was nice, eh? I think he's dead now. Michael London, that's him. Jeez, my memory's not too bad. Alcohol didn't destroy that. Magnum P.I., Tom Selleck. William Smith, Falconetti, that's right. Oh, Penny, I've always I can remember things 100 years back, but I can't remember where my underpants are in the morning. Especially when you've been to the dock. Yeah, I don't really drive. My cousin used to be a cop and there's a picture of Falconetti in handcuffs. As a joke, what a pleasure. Those oaks were, they were good, clean actors. We had good, clean fun. The generation of today and going forward are fucked. Unless they take God straight away. Achter elke man. I was in Achter elke man. I swear to living God. Okay, I mustn't do that. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I was in an episode of Achter elke man. In Cape Town at the High Court of the Western Cape. Me and Dani Zandberg, he'll tell you, he's on this wall. We were in the episode of Achter elke man. I was 23 years old. That was 30 odd years ago. The Villagers, that was great. Brian O'Shaughnessy, lead actor, great. He's dead. But great great actor. The World at War, yes. One of the first episodes to come onto TV. Squad cars, yeah. Cheers, your best friend. That's where friends meet. I took Cheers' program a bit literally, so I thought, okay, let's drink. Because after Julia dumped me, I took my first drink that night. And I'm thinking of suing her, because I've sued a couple of people, made a couple of rand. MacGyver was my nickname in the drug squad. Ask anyone. I can't lie here, because half the people worked with me, the other half are locked up, and the other half like moved me. So Stahlberger was good. Faith Stair was good. The Tronk one. So I was in Achter Alkeman. They didn't pay me. Me and Dani Zandberg, we appeared in that episode. I was like 23 years old, and I remember the woman producer said, "Why did you go to Hollywood?" I can remember my dad said I should go to Hollywood. Why don't you go to Hollywood and become famous? So I said, no, I'd rather become famous in South Africa. Yeah, so just for another 5 minutes while the doc packs, because this is longer than the Second World War. Hi, Gerard. Hello, Philip. Dynasty was also good, eh? Dynasty was a good program. Joan Collins was in Dynasty. Beautiful woman, that. I think the most important... Hey, my love? Huh? The most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life is Isabel Rossellini. I sat at her table when they launched a brand of Lancôme, because my ex-wife, okay, one of the 10, I can't remember, was the big shot of Lancôme. And the second best I've ever met and seen in my entire life is Julia Mays. Barry, I don't know what she saw in you, bro. You're a kind, nice man. And the third was my mommy.
I'm low down on the list.
Yeah. And the fourth was my sister. The doc does appear in the top 10. Airwolf wasn't bad. I love the comic books, Esther. This coffee is very nice that the doctor made. My golden... Barry says Julia went for him for his golden blue eyes. Okay, Barry. What a good man. Sophia Loren. You know who she bonked? Chris Barnard. You know that? Her and Chris Barnard had a one-night stand. Then I think he had to go for a heart transplant. Yeah. Gina Lollobrigida. Is it? Lollobrigida was another one that he... Chris Barnard, okay, was ugly as... He was a clever man. But, he wasn't the greatest thing that ever walked out of a fish and chip shop. But that woman loved Chris Barnard. I think the docs also had a scene with him. I don't know. It's okay. To me, it's like live and thou shalt live, you know. But Chris Barnard, I think he's a legend. He's never got the credit that was due for Chris Barnard in this country. I've been to his museum in Beaufort West, but he's never been... He was a revolutionary. He was a man who spoke his mind. He was loved by lots, but hated by others. Similar to me. Hello, Pierre, my boy. But Chris Barnard was probably one of the finest South Africans ever to come out this country. Another one who doesn't get enough credit. Show me the fish, Pierre. My boy. Is Gary Player. Gary Player's had a squeaky clean life for 80 odd years. He's never been decorated the way he should be. Tell you, if I ever get near power, I'll make sure that I will take every statue down in South Africa, besides one or two, and put legends there. You know, I was very blessed to go to Melbourne Cricket Ground in Australia. Very blessed. And you walk around that ground. Around the ground is like massive. And there they got statues of Dennis Lilly, Donald Bradman, Shane Warne, all Jeff Thompson. I tell you go cold when you walk around that stadium. Then when you go into the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, it is one of the most... My two dreams in life is, maybe someone can help me. I don't want financial help. I've got a lot. I've got a rich girlfriend. I've got money. My dream is to go watch one day of cricket. It's been my dream since I was a youngster. I've got two dreams. It's to go watch one day of an Ashes test match between Australia and England sitting at Lord's. Now, if my brothers will tell you, my sisters will tell you, I've been saying this since I was like 10 years old. I'm 57, I'm going over the hill now. To go sit one day at Lord's. That's all I want to do. Just sit back, no phones, no nothing, and take the atmosphere of Lord's Cricket Ground, because I should have played there. Alcohol fucked my life up. And the other one is to go to Las Vegas. I've been to America. Been very blessed to go to America. They asked me to go speak in front of 30,000 people. You could make a footnote of that, my Port Elizabeth scum. And one person, not scum, all of Port Elizabeth. That is my two dreams that I've got left over. I'm going to make that kibbutz into, it's going to look better than Michael Jackson's Neverland. On a very small budget. No big budget here. I'm just speaking on small budgets here. Because I go there and I smoke with the People's Corp. Hansie Cronje was my hero. I played cricket against the captain of England, Graham Gooch. I played against John Emery. I played against Garth LaRue. I played against Clive Rice. I played with Alan Lamb. Went on to play for England. Played with greats. And alcohol stuffed my life up. That's why anything now is a blessing. Being given hotel rooms and staying in hotel rooms or staying wherever, even though I'm tired of hotel rooms now, I'm tired of them, is a blessing. Even the slander is a blessing, because when I was drunk, people used to say, look at that drunk, look at that drunk. No one really spoke about me unless they like cursed me. But what I'm going through today is a different kind of curse, because it's from meant to be insane, normal human beings. If you give me a cigarette, it's a blessing. I was down and out in Beverly Hills 16 years ago. You play with my sobriety, I'll kill you. That's it. Because if I drink again, I can tell you now, if I had to pick up, this is the doc's wine, eh? She has a glass a night. If I had to take a sip of alcohol now and start drinking within 3 weeks, that's what happened to me last time, 16 years ago. I lost everything. I will go around and I will kill. Because I will lose my wife. Okay, I take the bint as my wife, because she's not a gentoo. I lose my mother, I lose my sister, I lose my family again. It's taken me 16 years to get my family together, that we can all sit around the same table. We all talk to each other now. We're very close now. We're very close. My one brother is so connected, it's quite scary. He's the head of a security company, top of the range. Now, I'm not talking about Mickey Mouse security, I'm talking about big boys. And I lose all that. And I will never give the people the time of day to say, well, I told you so 16 years later. Just a quick story. My brother, my eldest brother, who I love to bits, he didn't talk to me for 10 years. He said to me, when you're 10 years sober, I will come to you. And almost to the day of 10 years sobriety, my brother walked into my lounge. We didn't say a word. We just hugged and we carried on speaking about what was locally happening. 10 years. So alcohol has robbed me of 25 years of my life. So when I have scumbags from Port Elizabeth talking about me the whole time, you must remember one thing, my brother. That this man fears nothing. I've built up connections all over this country, from ground floor. Your best connections and your best informers are hookers, in massage parlors, homeless people who watch everything, who goes where, who picks up who does what. So you must just remember, sir, I'm not going to carry on with you. You can carry on with me. But I can warn you now, sir, with the greatest respect, because as it just came into my spirit, I'm full of you. Every time you walk in the streets, look over your shoulder, you may see Father Christmas. I come through a hard life. I lived 2 years on the streets, and I don't want to bore you. 2 years on the streets of South Africa, on every different province. I slept in shop fronts. I used to watch Joshua Door through the, you know my life? Through the wall, through the windows of Joshua Door, I used to watch TV. I used to walk around in a brown suit for 2 years, with no teeth in my mouth, and I survived. This man is no fucking Mickey Mouse, man. So if you want to take me on, you must take me on head on. Don't take me on through social media, man. You know where I live? Everyone knows where I live. I invite you. All of you. All of you pricks that speak about me. Oh, lovely Veronica. He's worked with Patrick. My daughter and son-in-law worked with him. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Pierre Werber also was there at my farm. Came in a broken man. Went through hard times, but he's sober. I loved him. I still love him. Loved him so much. I can't make a person want to stay sober. I can give you the tools. That's why my rehab is successful. If I must throw out every person of the 35 people in my rehab who don't pay me full price, or even sometimes half price, the rehab would be empty. Am I right, Doc? The rehab would be empty today. I'd look after 35 people who pay me like 5,000 Rand a month each. And some of them for free, a lot of them for free, out of my pocket. And I get this fuck from Port Elizabeth. I just get the murray now. Come take me on, you little fat fuck. Excuse my language, ladies. Come take me on face to face, man. I came to Port Elizabeth. I invited you to meet me on the waterfront of Port Elizabeth. I invited you. I'm still waiting for you. But you've got things to say on your little page. Come to me, man. I drove all the way to Port Elizabeth to meet you. I'm not scared of you, man. I've faced big boys in my life. What I learned in the underworld, sir, you must go read in Disney books. Okay, sweet. Been a beautiful live this morning. Oh, I've loved you people. Doc, you're packing nicely there, huh?
Ja.
I see the lingerie is on top. Ja, maar mooi vrou, hè. Prachtige vrou. Hello, Martine. Yes, Pierre, you were there with my brother. Thank you very much. See, I can't say nothing on Facebook because everyone knows me. Pierre was there when my brother came, my love, after 10 years to see me. Pierre was there. Thank you, Pierre, for confirming that so that people know I'm not talking cuck. Thank you, my brother. Arnold, anyone's welcome on my farm. I'm an open book, huh? I'm an open book. Mm-hmm. Am I right, my love? Open book. Thank you, Pierre. It's nice to say something and someone was there and backed it up. Pierre says, yeah, I witnessed that. Thank you, Pierre. Because people think sometimes you talk cock, you know what I mean? No, Isabel, they're not, eh? I'm dealing with one or two Mickey Mouses. Takers. Cheers, Rassie. This coffee shocking. Hi, Derek. You and Elma okay? Sweet. I got your message. Thank you very much. Anyway. I'll never lie. I don't lie in it. That's right. What you said there is right. I don't lie. True, Brian. Hey, Rassie. Stephanie, you can't do that. Hello, Anita. How are you, my dear? Anyway, I'm just waiting for the doctor to finish packing here, but it seems to be taking a bit long. I hate to see you in heart surgery.
I'm done.
What's all this cock around here? You know what I mean?
I'm waiting for you to get up from there. Because
Cindy, you have a beautiful wife. No, she's not my wife. She's another man's wife. I'm just having an adulterous affair with her. Fact. Fact. Hide nothing. God sees everything. Yeah, I know I sponsored you to get recovery. It's okay, Pierre, my boy. You don't have to say that. I loved you. Still love you. I want to see you again. Remember, I brought you down by bus after you finished your program to come celebrate my sobriety birthday. Come visit me anytime, Pierre. There's a bed for you anytime, my bro.
When was he there?
Pierre was there about 5, 6, 7 years ago.
I don't know.
No, great guy. Anytime you want to come to Cape Town, Pierre, there's a bed there for you, my bro. Free of charge. You know that. Sweet. Elmer, ek en Derek is altyd okay. Ons lief vir mekaar baie. Elmer, did you get it all last night? You look at the doc with a lot of love, sir. Respect. What do you want, Jared? Sweet, thanks, Jared. In my golden blue eyes, my bro. Okay. Hi, Pastor, how's it? We have a gift for your farm. We'll contact Kurt. Thank you, Brenda. I hope it's not like a bag of cocaine, you know what I mean? Thank you, Brenda. That's so kind of you. Kind of you. That's another one for Port Elizabeth. He's taking gifts now because he's bankrupt. Oh, he's a fucking doer. Sorry. But yes, that just came out. You know, sometimes pressure just gets to you. Sorry, excuse me. I didn't... humbly. Humbly. And man, no one done maak 'em aan 'n fout. And I'm sorry. I'm humbly for the ladies on here. And for the holier than thou gentlemen. I apologize. And for the people who are going to see it later. That came out supernaturally. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, certainly the doc is mine. That's it. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful woman. Beautiful. When she's dressed up at night, I tell you, I just want to look at her and just look at her. And I ask her sometimes to stand there for me for 4 hours so I can just look at her. Beauty. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and she's the beholder. We never fight, eh? We never fight. Okay, we've had one argument. You wanted to know, why aren't all men like you? So I did explain to her, you know what I mean? We never fight her. Okay, we've had I can't even think we've had a disagreement. Eh? The only disagreement is she's a bit slow. So, if I leave a hotel room now, I'm already, past the car. And she's walking on about 2 days behind me.
Yeah, with your wallet and your phone and everything. Yeah.
Brian, the doc is ours. Careful, bro. Sharing is caring. Julia, I'm coming to have a braai with you and Barry. Me and the doc. Soon. If we may. Soon. Or you come to us. I really want to meet Barry. I don't want to meet you. I want to meet Barry. Sorry, I really did apologize for that. That was... Derek het niks geskool gestaan, die. Derek, as jy nie dit kry daar nie, waar kry jy dit, my broer? On your knees. I dream for the day that as South Africans, that we can talk like this, and it doesn't get held against you, and that we can actually be who we really are. If you want to say this, you say it. Sorry, I was not meant to swear like that. I don't, you know me, I don't swear like that. But that's just, you just got to my pressure points. Jenny, cut funny. No, when something happens, it slips out and it's said, you can't, thank you, Julia, you can't stop it. Remind me to phone Estie. I have to phone her. She's not driving. Yeah. So I'll all God spares me at about 8 o'clock this evening and come on live and I have a nice, good live and maybe I can just, pray I pray in my own way and in my quiet time think of how we can make it fun and better life for South Africa. Thank you, everyone. I apologize again for that swear word. It's not Anthony Hall. Okay, yeah, no, outside there, it's straight, you know what I mean? But I have to be pushed to a point. I need a nursemaid. You're right, Bev. I don't carry anything. I don't carry a wallet. I don't carry a phone. I don't carry nothing. Because I must protect my woman. But, Braai Master, yes, Pierre could braai. Pierre, come visit me, man, from Durban. And thank you, Neil de Beer. Thank you, everyone, this morning. And this is the best thing I could have done this morning after the doc saw all those messages. was come on and speak to people. God bless you. And now I'm going to help the doc pack. Says, yeah. You know what, guys? The day we become original with each other and become the way we speak around a braai or the way we speak around a dinner table and how we are honest and safe and true, we'll be a better nation. Neil de Beer, God bless you.